But yeah, so I'm Zac Shull. I'm from Philadelphia area. I have a company called Coaches and Content, and I also have a podcast called Coaches and Content, where we help agents and coaches get clients through content. Whether it's short form video or having a podcast, a YouTube page. To me nowadays, a podcast is really audio and video. So I think a lot of people, they hear podcast and they just assume that it's just audio. But to me, everything starts with video. So it's really audio and video. And anyone who's watching this knows the power of video and the power of social relationship and how you can build a connection with people through videos and things like that. So we specialize in helping you, start a podcast, running a YouTube page, the podcast side of it as well. And then we make little micro mini clips from every podcast episode for your social media to promote. So essentially you can promote the same episode twice a week. And I do all of this using VAs. So
how many VAs do you have right now?
I have about 4 right now.
What are the 4 VAs doing for you right now?
So I have one main graphics person, and then I have another one just in case my other graphics person is busy. And then I have 2 videographers, 2 editors. So I have 2 graphics people, 2 videographers. And actually, this is something we could talk about too. Is I'm looking to maybe expand to a social media VA. Because I'm also a moderator in Drunk on Social, and your team does such an awesome job there. So that's actually something I'm looking to expand to. So maybe we can talk about that. But right now it's just videos and graphics.
I was trying to find my Drunk on Social hat. I don't know where I put it now that you mentioned it.
Oh yeah, I just got mine in the mail. Yeah.
I'll probably find it, man. Zac, that's kind of cool, man. So there's a few things that I want to unpack there for everybody listening in. One is that in the world that we live in, you should be gravitating to providing as much content as possible to connect with the audience, right? And YouTube, you mentioned YouTube and you mentioned podcasts. Well, YouTube is the number 2 most visited website in the world. And I'm assuming that the process you have, Zac, is you run this YouTube video, or the people that you're helping, right, run this YouTube video, you extract the audio, and then now you have your version of the podcast. So you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Is that the case? Or are we going deeper and saying you're also uploading the video into Spotify because they also allow video in there? What's that look like?
So yeah, generally we just take the audio from the video and upload it. It depends on the person, because some people, they like having an intro on their podcast. Some people like having their own commercials. Some people like to do an intro for their podcast. So it really depends, but generally you don't really have to do that unless you want to, for whatever branding purposes or personal choice. But generally you really can just, you edit the video, because, usually in the beginning of the video before you start, you're usually breaking the ice with the person and maybe having a personal conversation a little bit before the interview and at the end of the interview, even though you already hit record. So you might have to do some slight editing, but for the most part, yeah, you just take the audio from the video and then that's your podcast. You just upload that.